Hey there, welcome back to the channel. You're staring at your phone again. Just one message, just one text to make the pain stop, to feel something, to get closure. But deep down, you already know the truth. Texting your ex won't fix what broke you. It won't bring back the version of them you still miss. It won't rewind time. It won't give you the love they refused to give you when you needed it the most. It will only reopen the wound. It will bring back the anxiety, the confusion, the shame of feeling like you had to beg for something that should have been freely given. So what if, instead of chasing them, you chose you? What if, instead of relapsing into pain, you stood in your power? What if, instead of needing their response, you finally learned to validate yourself? Stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what to do instead. I'll show you why that silence you're holding is more powerful than any message you could ever send. I'll give you 6 steps rooted in ancient wisdom and real strength. Not just how to stop yourself from texting, but how to become the kind of person who doesn't even feel the need to anymore. Because the truth is, healing doesn't begin with their reply. It begins with your decision to not ask for one. Let's break down what actually happens when you text your ex. You think it will give you peace, but what it actually gives you is an emotional setback. The second you hit send, your nervous system goes into overdrive. Heart racing, hands shaking, eyes glued to the screen. And when the reply finally comes, if it even comes, it rarely feels the way you hoped. It's dry, distant, empty. Or worse, it's kind enough to keep your hope alive, but unclear enough to leave you confused. And the cycle starts all over again. The shame, the regret, the self-blame. The truth is, texting them doesn't soothe your pain. It delays your healing. Because the message wasn't really about hearing from them. It was about needing relief. And that's not love. That's a survival response. Epictetus said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. It's not the breakup that hurts the most. It's the story you tell yourself about what it means. It's the fear that you're being forgotten, that they've moved on, that you didn't matter." But none of that becomes less true with a message. Healing isn't in their reply. It's in your response to yourself. So, if you're ready to take your power back, here are 6 things to do instead of texting your ex. Number 1, delay. Don't react. When the urge hits, it feels like an emergency, like the world will end if you don't act right now. But the truth? Most urges peak and fade in minutes. The pain you're feeling, it's real. But your response doesn't have to be impulsive. So set a rule for yourself. Not now, maybe later. Wait 24 hours. That pause is where your power lives. Because most people aren't trying to reconnect. They're trying to regulate. They want to feel okay again. But using another person to self-soothe only creates more dependence, not healing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." You're not suppressing your emotion, you're mastering your timing. When you delay the urge, you give your brain time to cool off. You step out of emotion and into intention. You stop reacting and start choosing. And sometimes, that pause is enough to realize that the message never needed to be sent in the first place. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I delay the impulse. I protect my power. Number 2, imagine them watching and stay silent anyway. What if your ex is sitting there just waiting to see if you'll break the silence first? What if their ego is betting on you folding? Now, imagine the look on their face when you don't, when the message doesn't come, when your name stays silent. That silence will speak louder than any desperate, "I miss you" ever could. The Stoics taught that silence is not weakness, it's strategy, it's self-command, it's control, and nothing destroys the ego of someone who thought you'd never walk away like watching you walk in a new direction without looking back. Remember this quote from Epictetus: "He who angers you conquers you." Don't give them that victory. Don't let them feel like they still control your emotions from a distance. Let them feel what it's like to lose your energy, your presence, your access. And if they do reach out eventually, let it be after they've felt the full weight of your absence. Number 3, write a letter and burn it. You have so much to say, so much pain, confusion, anger, longing, all of it bottled up. But texting them will only pour it into someone who no longer deserves your truth. So write it down instead. Write a full letter as if you were going to send it. Say everything, uncensored, raw, honest. Pour your heart onto the page. Then burn it, rip it, trash it, not because it doesn't matter, but because it matters too much to give to the wrong person. That moment becomes a ceremony of release, a decision that you can honor your emotions without handing them over to someone who mishandled them before. You don't need them to read it. You need you to release it. That's real healing. Not waiting for closure, but creating it. Not begging to be heard, but choosing to listen to yourself. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I release the words. I don't need a reply to heal. Number 4, invest in something that gives you back. Every time you think about texting them, stop and ask, what will I get in return? If the answer is shame, confusion, anxiety, don't do it. Your energy is currency. Stop spending it on people who never invest in you. Take that same time and call a friend who makes you laugh. Sign up for a class. Start a new workout. Learn something. Create something. Reclaim something you lost while loving them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If all your thoughts are about someone who left, you will stay dyed in abandonment. But if you fill your day with actions that give you pride, strength, and joy, your soul will begin to shift colors, slowly, powerfully, quietly, until one day you'll realize you don't feel the need to reach out at all. You've outgrown it. Number 5, visualize what you'll lose by texting. You've been doing the work. 3 days of silence, 2 weeks of progress, a whole month of rebuilding. Now ask yourself, is one text worth undoing all that? Before you reach out, picture what happens after. Picture the reply that disappoints you. Picture the spiral, the overthinking, the regret, the familiar pit in your stomach. Is that worth it? Visualize your progress like a staircase, and imagine falling back down a flight you fought so hard to climb. That pain you're trying to escape by texting, it'll be doubled when you realize it wasn't worth it. Seneca said, "He who fears death will never do anything worth living for." Don't fear losing them. Fear losing the version of you who finally started to heal. That version is stronger. That version is waiting on the other side of discipline. Number 6, leave the house. Change the state. Where you are affects how you feel. If you're sitting in the same room where you used to text them, sleep with them, cry over them, your environment becomes your emotional trap. Get out, literally. Walk, drive, move. Go somewhere new. Even if it's just a park bench or a different side of the city. Nature doesn't beg. Trees don't text. Oceans don't apologize. When you step into the world, you remember that your life is bigger than the person you're mourning. Changing your environment disrupts your emotional pattern. It reminds your nervous system that there's a world outside your grief. It opens the door to new energy, new inspiration, new peace. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I leave the past behind. I step into my peace. You didn't click on this video because you want to text them. You clicked on it because deep down, you know you're worth more than their silence. You know you're tired of chasing clarity from people who gave you confusion. You know that one message won't bring them back. It'll bring you back to pain, to anxiety, to the person you're trying so hard to outgrow. But here's the truth. This is not about revenge. It's about respect, self-respect. This is not about playing games. It's about not playing yourself. Because if they really valued your silence, they would have broken theirs. And if they didn't, then let your silence stay sacred. Let it be the boundary. Let it be the signal to the universe that you're no longer available for half love, mixed signals, or emotional breadcrumbs. Your next level doesn't begin with their reply. It begins with your decision to stop waiting for one. So don't text, heal, rise, rebuild, become. You've got this. Subscribe for more strength. Your next breakthrough starts now.